TheorySabers.com.
Yeah, I think the dual role, if it's Filoni, I think it almost has to be the dual role. Exactly what you said, Dash.
I don't know. I feel sullied after they announced that Filoni was going to take on more work, because then the Acolyte immediately dropped, and it was like, okay, we've learned nothing. It's like you have this big announcement, everybody rejoices online, finally somebody that understands Star Wars, and then it's like the next thing is the worst thing ever. So at this point, I'm going to believe it when I see it. You know, I don't care who they put in charge. Make a good Star Wars anything, and then I'll be back on board.
Even if it's a Rey movie?
Even if it's a Rey movie. If the Rey movie is great, I'd rather have a good Rey movie than no Star Wars movie.
That's true. That's fair. I think that's a fair point, because look, one of the things she mentions in that article is the Shawn Levy movie. And that movie's interesting. Have you guys talked about that at all? Like the rumors around that?
Which one is that? I know I just read a headline that said it's 5 to 6 years after Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, so Shawn Levy's the guy that did Deadpool and Wolverine. He did the Real Steel movies. I believe he did the Atom Project, maybe Free Guy as well. Really
Stranger Things is the
Stranger Things. Yeah, he did some Stranger Things for sure.
He loves Ryan Reynolds. Let's just say that.
He loves Ryan Reynolds for sure. So that guy has been attached to a Star Wars movie for a while, and he's co-writing it with the guy he wrote the Atom Project with. And the rumors are that it is supposed to involve Rey, although I think the rumors indicate she would be like much older. So she'd be like an Obi-Wan-esque figure in the movie. And I don't
that was
think
the Ryan Gosling project. Sorry to jump in.
That is the Ryan Gosling project. Yeah, that's the same project. So Gosling
with
is rumored to be correct. Yeah. So Gosling is rumored to be attached to that movie as potentially Rey's Padawan or something like that. Yeah. So I mean, that is a wave. What he couldn't handle.
It's hurting him. It's hurting him. Dude, a 47-year-old Padawan.
Yeah, what's the reaction? He's too old.
It's giving me hope. I'm like, I can be a Padawan.
Damn, dude. They're just making. All right, let's.
So wait, I gotta know Wave. What was that reaction about, brother?
I just hate that idea. It's like you got to bring in the big name actor. Obviously, they got to pair it up with their character that they made, and she's going to be the smart one. She's going to guide Ryan Gosling to whatever bullshit path.
You can write this, dude. Just keep going.
That's exactly what it is. But here's the thing. To be fair, that could be a competently made movie. Shawn Levy is good. They can do heart well. I mean, look, I think here's the thing about like
Free Guy is such a popcorn, mind-numbing movie. Like I just feel
it is.
Of them.
But have you seen the Real Steel movies?
Pardon?
Have you seen the Real Steel movies?
I have not.
So those have surprising heart. Those have Hugh Jackman as the lead. That's kind of where he hooked up with him. And I thought Deadpool and Wolverine, for its faults, did actually nail the humanity and the heart. I think that's kind of like why both Kathy was attracted to him as the director, because she felt like his tone maybe matched well with Star Wars, and also probably why Shawn wants to do it. Because here's the other thing that's crazy. Like, bro, you just made Deadpool and Wolverine. Every door just opened. You could do anything. You could do Marvel.
We had that discussion. But that, like, a nutless monkey could have done that. They just self-referenced Wolverine enough and did a buddy cop thing, and it dragged. Like, the movie wasn't. I love Deadpool 2. I love number 1.
Sure.
3 was just fan service bundled up. I feel like, and you look at the ratings now after all the hype died down. It's 70% compared to the other ones that are like 90 because they're.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you.
I get if you're looking at, like, let's pretend we're money men. You see Stranger Things. You see that he can sell like billions of dollars worth of. I get the impetus behind them going, let's contact this guy, let's get some Disney money in his pockets. But for me personally, and I'm being selfish here, I think that's like the dumbest thing. Like, it's going to be a popcorn bubblegum, no substance meaning. That's just me.
I can't think of a movie farther away from tone than Star Wars than Deadpool and Wolverine, and I really like that movie. But the tone of Deadpool and Wolverine, like you were saying, referencing all the history of the Fox films, all the history of, Ryan and Hugh working together. That's all great. But Star Wars, you got to stand on your own, especially at this point. And they're so afraid to do that. I mean, we're still watching stormtroopers They bought it in 2012, and we can't move on from just like basic aesthetics. Like it has to aesthetically look the same. And now I just picture in my head more stormtroopers, a bunch of jokes, and something that feels nothing like Star Wars. And so, I would love to be proven wrong.
Wolverine and Deadpool felt like the entire movie's tone, and it was fun, but the entire movie's tone was literally that one moment in The Last Jedi where he made the mama joke.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. Just goofy.
It's funny because I actually have never been in a group of people also negative towards Deadpool and Wolverine. But to be honest with you,
no, I didn't mind it.
I'm not really going to defend the movie. I actually it was good for Marvel. It was good for Marvel fans, and there's a lot of stuff I like in it. But I found it to be like when I first walked out of it, I actually wasn't as pumped as I wanted to be. I went to see it with like a good friend and like a good crowd, and like the next time it was just like more cheering for all the cameo shit. It's a good ride, you know what I mean? It's fun. But I feel you on that. I gotta be honest, guys, I'm surprised that y'all are that down on the Shawn Levy Star Wars movie. I hope Kathleen Kennedy's watching this podcast because she's literally putting her whole legacy on the line doing this thing that it's gonna happen.
She didn't even know we had source material. She didn't know we had Legends books and comics and
she
games.
knew we were gonna go live at 8 p.m.
That's true. She's like, I have to get this out. Probably one of her like PR people was like, we have to get this out before those doofuses get on that stream. It's like, well, all right, now we're gonna talk about it, and now we still want you to like leave because you've just shit on the brand for so long, so many times, so many years.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. I saw Heavy Spoilers had a really interesting tweet about it that I think really puts it into perspective. Because look, Kathy has been very successful in a lot of ways, right? But if you think about The Force Awakens and $2 billion, and then you think about shows getting canceled and then shows can't even chart. So we went from Acolyte, which couldn't even warrant another season of itself, to Skeleton Crew, which didn't chart one time. I mean, I know a lot of you guys like Skeleton Crew, but literally like nobody watched that.
Oh, I know.
Less than Andor, right?
Yeah.
So like it's crazy to go from $2 billion to canceled shows, and you can't even chart with the Star Wars IP. Like, so if you can't like just put that into perspective and see how far it's fallen, I don't, you're just not arguing in good faith.
That's what I'm saying. No, this woman does not have any clue what she's doing, and she had so many people that she hired and then got rid of them. So what happened to all these announced projects that we were supposed to get? Remember back in I think 2019 or something like that. We got this big chart of all these movies that we were going to get.
Stage, yep.
Yeah, I mean, not that I wanted it, but there was a droid movie, a Lando movie. I mean, these things have completely disappeared from existence.